Kaapo Kakko and the New York Rangers have agreed to a one-year extension worth $2.4 million, which matches what his qualifying offer was worth. This marks the first move in the offseason for the New York Rangers. It's a move I actually personally like. I know a lot of the fan base won't like it. A lot of people have been calling for Kakko to get traded. At this point right now, with the way the Rangers cap situation is, it's really tough for them to kind of fill that bottom six part of their lineup. Obviously, Kakko has the ability to potentially maybe be a middle six forward. I don't know if he could ever be a top six forward. He really took a step back this year and was really disappointing. He's still very good in terms of being a defensive forward, but on the offensive side has really taken a step back and has become a bit more one-dimensional. It's hard to also set aside the fact that he is on his third head coach in the NHL. This was his first year in Peter Laviolette's system, obviously having played under David Quinn and Gerard Gallant. I'm assuming Drury went to Laviolette and asked him if he could make Kakko work in this system, and I'm sure Laviolette said yes. Laviolette had a really good quote at the end of the season saying how I'm sure he's disappointed, but also Laviolette took some of the onus on himself to say, hey, look, I didn't get as much out of him as I should have. So I think bringing him back for one more year, this is definitely the last go for him. I don't think there is going to be another year if he really comes out and he struggles again and doesn't play well. If he's only putting up, 10 to 15 goals, I don't think he has a spot here, maybe even at the deadline anymore. I think at that point, the Rangers would look to move on and just cut their losses and see if they can get any sort of value out of him. I think right now his ceiling is probably a 20 to 25 goal scorer that gives you good, solid defense. I don't think he's ever going to hit what he was touted as coming out of the draft. He was actually touted as a prospect that wasn't missing anything, that just could translate right to the NHL game, and it hasn't happened. But also to the Rangers' detriment, they have not done a good job of developing players. They've done a really poor job of it within the last few years. And luckily, because players want to come here and players want to play for the Rangers, like Artemi Panarin and Adam Fox forcing his way here, it's really helped the Rangers push that rebuild that they had a few years ago forward and made them super competitive. But at the same exact time, they haven't been able to get the most out of their top draft picks, Kaapo being the perfect example of that. Lafreniere seems like he's finally broken out. It's taken Kakko quite a bit. Going into his sixth NHL season, hopefully there's something still to tap in for him. If not, then he definitely won't be a member of the New York Rangers for too much longer. But I think overall, I think it's a good move for the team. I think it's good to get the first move out of the way. And probably for Kakko, it's probably good to just get this contract sorted out so he can get back to work. It doesn't seem like there was much finagling on either side. It was just, look, here's what the qualifying offer was worth, and we're just going to sign you to that. And I think now he can go to work and hopefully has a much better season next year. Looking at the Rangers cap situation, they were sitting at $11.6 million in cap space. This will take them down to $9.2 million worth of cap space for this $2.4 million cap hit. With Lindgren still being an RFA, same with Braden Schneider. There's rumors that Lindgren wants $6 million a year. I don't see any world where that's possible for this team, nor should they do that. Schneider, I would think, rests probably within like the $2.5 million range. Their UFAs, I don't think they're bringing any of them back. Probably Blake Wheeler retires. Jack Roslovic and Adam Wenberg will both be free agents, so they'll probably go somewhere else. So the Rangers are definitely tight on space, still with a few people left to resign. They still need to address the right wings position for Kreider and Zibanejad, which has been a big talking point. Actually wanted to talk about Patrick Laine at some point, so we'll do that as he's requested a trade from the Columbus Blue Jackets, so I'm sure at some point we'll dig into that. And hopefully some of the other options out there that they could go and find for that right wing spot. What do you think of the Rangers bringing back Kaapo Kakko? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.